Welcome back to another review, this time for Star Trek Strange New Worlds. First time we coming right into episode 2, Children of the Comet. Man, Paramount is out here killing it. Is out here killing it for you guys, man. If you're not subscribed to Paramount, getting this good Star Trek content on a weekly basis, they are making it so that there's no reason that you cannot watch any type of Star Trek that is out here right now. So if you don't know, because we're coming into episode 2, obviously, we're coming into the new spinoff of Star Trek Discovery, which was one of the flagships on Paramount Plus. So it's a spinoff of that show, starring Christopher Pike. All of my Star Trek fans out here know that Christopher Pike is the captain of the Enterprise that will then become Tiberius Kirk's ship later in the future. This, like I said, we're coming to episode 2, so we come into just give you a quick recap. Episode 1, we are coming off of the recap of the previous episode from Discovery, showing that Christopher Pike has seen a glimpse of his death in the future, or how he think he will die. For a lot of people that have watched Star Trek, if you've watched a lot of those older episodes, you see they have episodes of Christopher Pike kind of like in a vegetative state in the future. But this one is like, again, we get a young spy, Chris. And like I said, that episode is pretty much him focusing on, him trying not to die. But we get back into the swing of things. The Enterprise is a Discovery ship, and the big difference between this and Discovery, of course, Discovery is a science vessel, so they have a different objective. Enterprise's objective is to explore new planets, don't interfere with the development of planets, save life where they can. So this is the thing that we kind of missed about Star Trek, is just kind of going off world and exploring these new worlds, new people, new alien races, yada yada yada. And they do a really good job of that off the back with that first episode. But we're here to talk about episode 2. We're doing a review of episode 2. Like I said, Children of the Comet. This episode pretty much brings us right into Cadet Uhura, who we know is a big translation expert, and she knows over 30-something languages. And this, like I said, this is showing the early days of her on the ship. And of course, Spock's there. Her and Spock, one of the first original crew that were on the Enterprise already. And they just kind of get into a whole thing about, if she even really wants to be with Starfleet. Does she feel like she's Starfleet worthy? She kind of only did it because, family kind of pushed her into it, and she really didn't have anything else to do. And this episode's kind of just pretty much just talking about finding your purpose and figuring out what exactly you want to do while you're with Starfleet, because some people just don't figure it out until then. But in the meantime, they have a whole conversation in the captain's quarters. But in the meantime, they come around, and big comet comes around that is potentially going to destroy a planet if it hits. So of course they go into Starfleet mode, and first thing is, hey, let's get rid of the comet, let's break it up, let's try to get rid of it, move it. In the process, another alien race comes through and says, hey, this comet is a sentient being, it's a god, basically, and it can do A, Y, Z. And of course, they're like, what? So they are able to, they try to go to the surface of the planet to see what they can do from the inside. And Uhura goes down because, this is her first. So we get to see her first on planet or on off-ship mission. And of course, she just happens to be useful with this particular thing because, like, she is good at translation, and Spock and the other officer, I forgot her name, who comes down with her, hey, can you translate this? And then they wound up figuring out that the code that she's seeing is basically musical translation, and the asteroid responds to music, and it can pretty much shield itself from anything like that. Which is the reason why they're now stuck on the asteroid. And of course, Kirk, I don't think is any relation. I gotta look that up. He winds up getting shocked by touching the core of the asteroid and everything like that. really, like I said, really good, man. Visually, man, this show is just so impressive. Discovery is good, but this show, I mean, they really get into that Star Trek bag here, man. They're really dipping into the budget with the Star Trek. It looks so good. And I really like the cast of the show that's here. That they have, just in the show, this part of the show in general. But we wound up getting into trying to figure out what the asteroid is and how they can get back to the ship before it potentially crashes down. And like I said, they're being hailed and flagged by this alien race that is telling them that if you do anything to this asteroid, we're going to destroy you. And of course, Pike has to be captain and talk his way out of it. But his priority is, of course, trying to get his people off of that asteroid and trying to protect the people of the planet at the same time by any means possible. So we kind of get into a thing where, like, you have to believe, they have to believe that this asteroid is more than what it appears to be. And these space religions, outside of Starfleet, do exist, and some of it is real. Some of, like, if you see a lot in Star Trek, like sometimes like the logic and it kind of gets into the magical side of Star Trek outside of like the sciencey. And we start getting into a little bit of that here, because we see that the asteroid is capable of restoring the planet and bringing, like you said, they said, bring life, or restore agriculture and stuff like that by breaking off into the atmosphere. And of course, that changes everything. Throughout the course of this episode too, we do hear a little bit more of Pike's story and how we think he's going to end. And a part of his future is to save a couple kids before he dies, and that is pretty much like the setup for a lot of that. Pretty cut and dry here. Like I said, they go to the planet, they figure it out. Uhura, pretty much finds a bigger purpose to her translating and stuff for Starfleet, and like I said, I mean, the visually just show is freaking amazing. This is definitely appointment television for me. Like I said, this is back to form of like just going off ship, going off planet, doing exploration. It feels like that classic Star Trek feel to me. I really like the cast. This was a great episode. Hoping to get more into, obviously the relationships between all the characters, Spock, Chris, and Uhura. And everybody that's on the ship that we haven't seen before. And again, like I said, if you haven't seen this is spinning directly off from Discovery, which is, of course, this is set 10 years before the Enterprise that we know from back in the 60s with those characters, if they continue to make that canon. So we'll definitely see. Like I said, great episode. Definitely recommend watching this. Another reason to get Paramount Plus. And this was episode Children of the Comet, episode 2 of Strange New Worlds. Like I said, highly recommend. Check it out. See you guys next time for episode 3. See you.